Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to First Cut Live. I am here, obviously, with the starting lineup, my all-star team. First off, our center, Miss Sabrina. What's up, girl?
Hi, guys. Feeling good. Feeling a lot better after last week. I loved last week's episode of First Cut Live. I've loved everything that we're doing on the meaning of. So just feeling super pumped and motivated. Obviously, we got our Patreon stream tonight. I'm very excited. I have a LaCroix right now, but I am going to be popping out that Stella.
And obviously our power forward. He can play any position, guard any position. It's Mr. RB3. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's my apologies. We are late today. Again, it's always my fault. It's always usually my fault, but it's especially my fault. Something got caught up at work, and then it just took forever to resolve. But I'm here now, happy for another stream. Let's go.
Let's do it, man. And obviously, guys, I guess I'll be full disclosure. I'm a little bit under the weather. I don't know if you guys could tell. I'm going to do my best to bring the energy, to bring the fire. But if I am a little bit off, it's because of that. Blame it on the sickness, but not anything else. I don't know why I did that, but that's what I can do right now, guys. So apologies ahead of time, but we are so excited because we have our all-star lineup. Our starters officially been selected. RB3, did you hear about this?
I did hear about this. Yeah, really, really exciting all-star lineup we got this year. LeBron looks exciting.
Yeah, there you go. Obviously, we're not going to talk about that, guys. We're going to talk about the movies, trailers that we got this week. We got a ton of trailers this week. And by a ton, I mean like 3 or 4, but still, that's a lot. And we got a lot of news as well. I'll kind of jump around. Nothing really too planned out, guys, because we do want to focus on our Patreon stream tonight, which is happening again. If you want to be a part of it, sign up now for our sound editor. Is that correct, RB3?
Yes, the sound editor tier. And listen, by the way, I've got about a few notifications coming in today about people switching their tiers. People who are at lower tiers. Shout out to Cinema Gorilla out there, probably in the chat right now. Danny, I know, is coming in for our exclusive live stream. We have Matt Farrell. We have a lot of really, really dope Patreons coming in tonight. You don't want to miss it because we talk about everything. You can ask us literally anything in the entire world. You want, secrets on how to make it in this industry. Did we make in this industry? I don't know.
I don't know about that.
No, or
something else.
Yeah. How do we get to 3,000 subscribers?
How did RB3 and Sabrina give them relationship advice? How did they get into it?
Oh yeah. We can give our relationship. Destiny's here too. So
why doesn't Destiny be a part of it? I mean, it's up to her. Obviously, she doesn't have to.
Yeah. Do you want to be on After Dark? Do you want to be on After Dark? I'll do it. Yeah, she be down.
Here we go.
Yeah.
It's gonna be super relaxed.
Relationship corner.
Relationship corner.
Yeah. Brandon want to come in too? Like it's
spicy. Yeah, why not? I'm being serious. If you guys want to have him on, I would love that.
Yeah, no, that'd be good.
So if you guys want to see that and want to be a part of it, make sure you subscribe now to our Patreon. Our sound editor tier is the place where it's at right now to see that exclusive stream. It's our first one, guys, so it's going to be messy. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be all over the place. I'm sick, so I'm going to say some stuff that I probably shouldn't say. So be sure to tune in for that. But before we do that, guys, let's jump to, I think, the biggest one out of all these as far as trailers go. And that's the one we first got, which was Sunday. Snyder Cut trailer came out. It is official, guys. We do live in a society. The Joker said it himself. It might be a different Joker, but it's Joker nonetheless. I want to get your reactions, especially RB3, because we are the Snyder Bros here at First Cut, especially you and I. So we got the official trailer, man. It's coming out in a couple weeks. It's pretty much on my birthday when it's out.
Right.
What are your thoughts?
Hey, happy birthday too, coming up. That's what's up.
Yeah, it's coming up, man. The big one.
Yeah, that'll mark a year from us having our last actual in person
meeting up together.
Yeah, meeting up together. Yeah. So this trailer, there's so much about this trailer that just is a lot to wrap my head around. Right now, I don't want to bore y'all with all the deep analysis that I put into the aspect ratio of it all. If you've seen me on Twitter this week, you've seen I've been clearly obsessed with the aspect ratio. I don't know why. It's something that when I watch it on a big screen or when I watch it on the laptop, it just bugs me. But I'm not going to talk about that. What I am going to talk about is the actual trailer itself. Now, what's funny to me is a lot of the new footage that they're appearing to add is like mostly it looks like from the nightmare sequence. It looks like a lot more of Cyborg's backstory, but a lot of that stuff appears to be mostly in dream sequence too, right? Like it seems that Victor's experiencing a lot of stuff, like with the missiles and all this, and a lot of dream sequences. You know, the character designs of like Darkseid and, you know, Steppenwolf, I don't really know too much about, nor do I care too much about, so that doesn't really like, you know, concerns me as much. But part of me does wonder like how much of this movie is going to be the original Justice League with additional dream sequences and that like dark Superman story, because and by the way, me and Dorian and Brittany Murphy, we all talked about this on the Geeks of Color podcast. If you want to listen to that, be sure to check that out. But yeah, what was curious to me is like, where is the storyline going to go? Like we've talked about like that evil Superman storyline, in which they appear to be alluding to with Joker being in part of this nightmare sequence where Joker actually kills Lois Lane in like this parallel universe, and it sets Superman off on like this killing spree. And you know,
that's that's Injustice. Yeah,
Injustice. Yeah, exactly. So part of me wonders like, is this going to be inspired by that? How much of that is going to be incorporated into this, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm looking forward to seeing it, but at the same time, you know, I almost wonder like, would I still have enjoyed it more am I going to enjoy it more as a 4-hour movie or as a 4-part miniseries? Because this seems like it's going to be a lot of story and it's going to be really, really dense. So
yeah, Sabrina.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. That's my first thing, is just when I'm watching this trailer, there's so much going on. We're getting different footage, especially paired up with what we saw with fandom. Like, I don't know. Everything looks really interesting. It looks really cool. Visually, it's striking. Obviously, we have Zack Snyder written all over it when it comes to that. But the whole 4-hour, just one whole 4-hour movie, I don't know if that's my preferred method of their release structure. I think if they would have put it out in like 2 parts, like I remember there was talk about Zack Snyder kind of intending this to be a 2-part film. So I feel like I would have liked to see that, because not only is this film for the like Snyder Cut fans like you guys, I'm somewhere in the middle. So I'm just like there where I'm like, okay, I will totally check this out, but I wasn't sitting there on Twitter tweeting out that we needed to see this. But since it's here, I will definitely be sitting down watching it in 1 part. Don't get me wrong. But a general audience also has to kind of check this out. And, you know, like they want it to be successful for that reason. They took this risk for a reason. And I feel like sitting down and watching a 4-hour movie that's just a little bit too time consuming, versus if they did it in 2 parts and it's like, okay, it's 2 hours tonight. We have a definitive place to stop, and then we could pick it back up tomorrow, spend 2 more hours. I just feel like that's more accessible rather than 4 hours. Also with how much we're going to get, exactly what RB3 said. But overall, like I really do enjoy this trailer. I like the way Steppenwolf looks so much more now versus the original Justice League. I haven't seen the original Justice League since it came out in theaters, and I was also drinking a lot of Stella that night because I was trying to like numb the pain when I was watching it. But that's the biggest thing. I'm really looking forward to this. It's kind of a cool way to ring in your birthday. The whole internet's going to explode. We already know that, especially with what we saw from Wonder Woman and what we're seeing already the past few years.
Different universe.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that on Justice League Day for Ace.
Yeah, it is going to be a shit show on Twitter. That, like, to say the absolute least.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this.
It is definitely, I think that's the best way to put it, Sabrina, a shit show, because I think there's people just ready to hate on it regardless of what it is, which is kind of lame in my opinion. I also concur that Justice League, the original one, when I saw it in theaters, I came out of that. I have no idea what happened. I think this is why I'm going to speak for a lot of DC Snyder Cut fans and like just DC fans in general. When I say that, when I saw Justice League, when you saw Justice League in theaters, Sabrina, being a non-fan, and RB3, you've seen Justice League in theaters, being pretty much a pretty big fan, the idea that they tried to tell us that that was a good movie, like, do you remember that RB3? Because we were part of Schmoes then, I think. And everyone was like, that was actually pretty good, dude. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah. What is happening? Do you remember that discourse that happened after?
I do remember, and I think a lot of it comes from, again, it's something you taled about a lot, anti-Zack Snyder.
They hate him. The critics hate him.
Yeah, there's some people who just will like anything that's like a spit in his face. And by the way, I do think there is some people who can make an argument that Justice League is mediocre. I think that's definitely an argument. Like, I think that's definitely a mediocre superhero movie. I think people can say that. And I think whether you're on the side of you think Zack Snyder's a genius or you think Zack Snyder's a total piece of trash, then that's going to determine where do you think it lies compared to Zack Snyder's Batman, Man of Steel, and Batman v Superman. Right? I personally am more on the favorable side than I am on the not favorable side. So I did not like Justice League at all. And, mediocre is not anywhere near going to get me excited for what I can potentially see from a Zack Snyder vision. Right. But I do think for people who have hated every single Zack Snyder movie ever, including Watchmen, because people viscerally hate Watchmen. Like, people really think Zack Snyder's a piece of trash just because of Watchmen. And don't even get me started on, they think he killed the Superman character. So there's some people, you're never just going to win with Zack Snyder, like, regardless. So they'll say Justice League was the best movie ever, even if it was a total piece of trash, because it was. Yeah, so I don't know.
And that's the thing. I'm excited that he's able to kind of show his vision. Obviously, we're getting a lot within this film, so we don't know what we actually would have seen if he continued on with his original vision back in 2016, 2017. It's really interesting because I was a huge fan of DC growing up, and my dad loves this freaking movie. He loves Batman versus Superman. Anytime you have Superman in a film, my dad is on board 100%. So I grew up really enjoying all that kind of stuff. And I just feel like the DCEU, I wasn't super attached to it when it came to Man of Steel. I was just very middle ground where I'm like, okay, I like all of this, but I just always tended to like lean towards like Marvel, just a little bit more just with the quality of films. But visually, I think these are much more interesting. A lot of like Marvel films like look a little bit duller, and I wish they kind of like up to their cinematography and color grading game in that sense. So I really like Zack Snyder just like going full force, because he was basically at the helm of a lot of what we saw with the DCEU up until this whole point with the Justice League. So I'm excited to see what he kind of brings to the table with this one. Yeah, regardless, there are going to be people screaming at each other. I'm very much so neutral. I hope to sit down and watch this and really enjoy it. That's my thing. I don't need this to be a perfect film. It's a 4-hour film. It's probably not going to be perfect by any means. I just want to have fun, and I want to just think it's pretty good.
Sure,
I'm happy.
Yeah, I think that's my thing, is mainly, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just because I felt like I was going crazy during those few months after that movie when it had like I think it had like a 78% on Rotten Tomatoes, or like an 80%.
Well, also people are so brainwashed when they see movies early, they're just automatically going to review them, positively. So you know how that goes. I mean, people are loving. People are loving certain movies before they. We've seen it so much in 2020 and 2021 of a movie having an incredibly high Rotten Tomatoes score and then just plateauing when like it actually comes out, That's
true. But I feel like, if I'm being honest, guys, like I've done a couple reviews. Sabrina's done a couple reviews, and RB3, you've done a lot of reviews for Geeks of Color, for different stuff like that, mainly Geeks of Color. But we do official reviews, official critic stuff that actually goes on Rotten Tomatoes. And I don't know about you guys, but I try to be as impartial, as balanced as possible. I take it damn serious. And one of those things is, but at the same time, I acknowledge that I'm usually a person who tries to see the positive angle of a film. That's just me naturally. That's not necessarily me saying that I will overlook negative stuff. That's me saying that I tend to be looking more towards the bright side. And even I was like, that was a piece of crap movie. I don't understand how you're trying to sell me on how this is better than BVS. And I get the issues with BVS, but don't tell me this is an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, and BVS is at what, 43 or something like that, or 53?
Also, Rotten Tomatoes, I feel like it's not, even though we are all on it for like different reviews that we've done, I feel like Rotten Tomatoes isn't a good gauge. You don't look at something and it's like, oh, 86, that's a B technically, or whatever.
No, it's a gauge
of that way.
Of positivity and negativity.
Yeah, exactly. How many
but
people
it's still a gauge.
it? Yeah, but I mean, if you just think it's at least like a 6 out of 10, you give it like a more positive review rather than a negative. So that doesn't mean every person that saw it thinks it's like an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. But it is interesting when you talk about press screenings and just reviewing films in that way, because it's a different situation entirely. They give you like, sometimes you get little like drink vouchers. You could get wine, you could get whatever.
Buy you. Yeah, they'll buy you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so like, I totally understand that idea of being like a little bit buttered up, like the situation. You're like, oh yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm really enjoying this movie. I go into everything super like neutral, and I don't think about anything I've heard from film festivals or anything like that. But I totally understand how this whole experience that they give you can kind of make it a little bit easier to like a film.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I really do think that a lot of that had to do with press, which is why
they
it
send
sucks.
You like goodies and stuff like that.
I was gonna say, you remember how they buttered us up, Ace, at the
Lion King?
Lion King. Oh my goodness!
Oh, I remember.
I never felt more like
Disney made sure they were like, you're gonna like this shit.
I felt like a king. I felt like the king. Like
me too, bro.
I was like,
I felt like I was a freaking billionaire at a party.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, bro, hooking us up with everything.
You good? They want you to have a good experience and like the movie.
Yeah, we still didn't like it.
Yeah.
I went to the premiere and I didn't like it. And everybody was in dresses and it was like a whole experience. And I finished the movie and I was just like, damn, not loving it.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. People can give like honest reviews, like us, like First Cut. That's why you guys subscribe to First Cut, right? We give our honest review even if we're buttered up. Like even if we see something and they butter us up for it, and even for things that I've had the most inconvenient times to watch, because there have been times where if I had like tough times to get screeners or whatever, I still might end up loving something just because I love the content, I love the movie or something like that.
Yeah.
So. I also feel like 2015 to 2020 was this weird microcosm of like movie critic experience that was significantly based on just this weird idea of not dark and not gritty. Like, you remember that RB3 when people were like, it's a fun time, and it's like, it's a fun time, and I was like, what does that mean? Like, people kept trying to tell me that
was
for
the
Venom.
only like review that you saw for a long time. It was fun,
and I was like, what does that mean? It's still shit. It's still trash. And for example, like Venom, for example, where everyone told me like, oh, dude, you're too critical, bro. Venom was such a fun time. I was like, Venom is shit. Venom is absolute crap. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Don't try to tell me that's a fun time. But that was this weird thing where it's like, if you had a fun time, and it was like, what does that even mean?
That means you're sitting down there, you got your drink in hand, you got your free popcorn they give you, free meal, whatever it is, and then you sit down and you have a good time. So that's their only review, is just like, yeah, I had fun watching this. There's definitely,
there's definitely something, and oh my god, I don't know if I had my mic unmuted when I was chewing. I apologize if I did. I realized, there's sometimes I don't think that, I think now we're in an era where we're almost not going to see a almost terribly reviewed superhero film unless it's like a Zack Snyder film, or unless it's like something super divisive. But if it's something like middle down the road, like a Shazam, or even Wonder Woman, for as much grief as people are calling it one of the worst movies ever, and it still had, like, when it first debuted, like a 70 like something percent, 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I think it's going to be tough for a superhero film to even have like that negative acclaim coming right off the back. I think there's some certain genres in general are just having that automatic like kind of love right now. So I think superhero is definitely one of those.
It's weird, right? Because again, I can go back. I can only talk about my own taste. I don't know about you guys. I know you guys were super mellow on Wonder Woman 84 versus me loving it. But then again, Yeah, but then again, but again, I loved it. I thought it was great. And then there was Shazam, which I've talked to you every 3 about Shazam.
You hated it, right?
Yeah. I was so close to walking out. Yeah.
What?
I was like, this is so bad.
I'm like right down the middle. I'm like, yeah, it's all right.
It was not good. It was not good at all. And I know everyone gets mad at me when I say that, but
that's the thing. So for me, every time I was going into a DCEU movie after a while, and I know I said I'm neutral with everything, but I found myself by that point, by like Shazam's point, to be like pretty negative. And then after I saw Shazam, I was like, okay. I was one of those people. I was like, this is kind of a fun time. It's more enjoyable than Justice League was, 2017 Justice League. So at that point,
listen, as much as I like Aquaman and Wonder Woman Shazam is cool, but you know, give me back to that Zack Snyder darkness, baby. Give me back to the murderverse. That's what I've really been looking forward to this whole time. Give me Superman snapping necks. Give me Batman shooting people in the face. That's all I want to see. That's all I want. And I read an interview today with a homie who was the older black general in Man of Steel, and he was in BVS. I forget his name. He's an amazing character actor. He's in the
isn't he in Love and Basketball?
He is in Love and Basketball. Yeah, that's right. Which we're gonna talk about tomorrow on the Meaning Of podcast. But he was talking about how he even filmed more scenes for this new upcoming Justice League thing. And I know there was rumors about like a Martian Manhunter. Just give me back to that like gritty, like that anti-Marvel thing that they're going for. Because I remember like before they went in that direction of like the Wonder Woman.
Hired Joss Whedon and all that jazz.
Yeah. They were like the anti-Marvel brand, like almost. They're kind of trying to go and away from that. And I kind of want to see that again. I like variation.
Me too.
In superhero movies. I don't want to see every superhero movie be a Marvel movie, like per se.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be all like light and quippy every 5 seconds, especially when it doesn't fit tonally or in with the characters. And so that's why the biggest thing with this one is Cyborg. We're getting more of his backstory that's been talked about for so long. Basically, before Snyder Cut became an actual thing, Zack Snyder said his version had way more Cyborg. I'm excited because I think Ray Fisher's so talented. And then also another thing is the Joker. What the hell? What he literally looks like me after a night out. He has like the stringy hair, the smeared makeup. I'm just like, that's how I wake up on like a Sunday morning. I don't know how I
what is a night out? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute, but that whole like we live in a society thing, I just cannot believe that was uttered out of his mouth, especially the way that people didn't love Jared Leto's Joker. So it was just kind of a very cheeky way to like reintroduce him. I just feel like they've done so much to kind of write him out of the DCEU with Birds of Prey. We got like little moments of him, and I thought that was a detriment of Birds of Prey, how much they focused on Joker, how much they mentioned him and referenced him.
Sure.
But I guess we're seeing him again.
Even in Joaquin Phoenix, they're separating it even further. So it's kind of weird. They're walking back to that again, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, people love the Joker, man. Always got to bring him back. I'm going to stop with my takes. I'm done. We're moving on.
What?
I was going to say, actually, I never minded the Jared Leto Joker. I've talked to you, RB3, about it. But I didn't mind it.
It's a little smile.
It's not the worst part of that movie. That movie has way, 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 way worse stuff in it than Jared Leto.
He's not worse. I just wish they didn't make him play like a Latin gangster, like a Latin king or something like that.
Yeah,
like he's
I keep hearing that.
Yeah, I don't like.
I don't get the Latin part. How is he Latin?
Or I mean, just not. Just that like overall like that LA gangster pimp. This is David Ayer. You know David Ayer. Come on, man. You know who David Ayer is.
I do, but I
movies
David Ayer is coming
like
from like.
They even had that song, like, it literally was called, like, Gangster or something like that.
Yeah.
Kalani?
Yeah.
Yes, Kalani by Kalani. And I like the song.
No, there will not be Kalani mistalk in here.
I already know.
It's my wife.
I love her. The song is fire, but the way they introduce it with him, I'm just like, nah. I don't believe that this, like, scrawny-ass guy is sitting there running stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. I thought it was okay. But again, there's so many things wrong in that movie that I think it's cool to bring him back and give him another shot, especially if it's an otherverse Joker, which it looks like it is. It's like a dream sequence Joker. It's not even him.
Yeah.
So So I think it makes sense.
What's up with him wearing the squat vest though? I don't get that. I don't know what that was about. I guess all of them are just wearing that bulletproof vest in the trailer. Yeah, SWAT. What did I say, squat?
Yeah.
Man, speaking of WAP, have y'all heard?
He's wearing the WAP vest.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of WAP, have y'all heard the new Cardi B single out there, Up? Oh my gosh, that's another.
I haven't.
Oh, that's another banger on our hands, yo. Stream up, Cardi B, and it's up, and it's up, and it's up, and it's stuck. Yeah. When it's up, and it's up, and it's up, and it's stuck. I don't want to.
When did that come out?
It just came out. Yeah, debut number 2 on the top 100. I think recently.
Right.
Highest performing single from a female artist.
But did you guys see her strawberries on Valentine's Day? Her chocolate covered strawberries?
No, I didn't see
I don't know about all that. It looked bad.
Oh, really? Oh, nah.
Yeah.
She can't do the strawberries, right?
She can't do the strawberries. I mean, she puts out bangers, so that's okay. You know, you win some, you lose some. You can't. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, somebody in the chat. By the way, if people want to put in their thoughts, contribute to firstcut.live. Firstcut.live. $5 plus donations will be read out loud by the robot. That will be really helpful. We also have 52 people watching, so make sure you hit that like button. Hit that like button. We haven't.
What just happened?
Oh wait, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Wait, I don't know if anybody in the chat had that. It was repeating you on loop, saying like one word. I couldn't even understand it for like a minute.
Oh, my bad. I didn't hear any of that. I didn't hear any of that.
Now, though.
Yikes.
I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but no, it might have been just my internet or something.
No, I think it probably was everybody. Y'all could probably all hear that. Yeah.
But also probably, there's more people joining us right now. If you guys want more of this, right when we're finished up, we're hopping on to a stream on Patreon. Basically, like, nothing's off limits. It's an Ask Us Anything. Very, very excited. I'm cracking open a Stella. So join us, sound editor tier and up, if you're interested.
Yes, please do.
Please do. And again, if you can't do that, you want to get your thoughts here, $5 plus donations. And if you can't even do that, just hit the like button. Also, wait, one more thing. Somebody in the chat said, release the error cut. We already saw the error cut. I got to keep telling people about this because we keep forgetting. They already released an extended cut of Suicide Squad. I'm of the firm belief if you already did it once, if you already had your cut, no more cuts, Besides Blade Runner can have 7 cuts. No one else can. No more. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, only Blade Runner. Let's move on. Obviously, we got a Cruella trailer yesterday that people were very confused and interested in. I saw mixed reactions, but I want to get your guys' reactions. What do you think, Sabrina?
I love Emma Stone. So that's basically, first and foremost, if they're going to get somebody to take on a role like this, I'm glad it's her. Obviously, this is a classic villain that we have. And I'm not the biggest fan of these kind of like backstory films.
Sure.
But this trailer actually kind of grabbed me. I'm definitely going to check this one out because I liked a lot of what they did when it came to like the camp of it all. I just feel like it was very like over the top. From like the outfits and all of that, just some of the things, it was kind of like the We Live in the Society. She did like, I am woman, hear me roar stuff. Yeah. There was like that whole line of dialogue. There's that cheesy stuff. I'm like, please just stay away from all of that. That just kind of takes me out hearing these like cheesy lines. But other than that, I really enjoyed a lot of the sequences we got and what we saw that they're doing like visual effects. I thought that looked really great as she was changing her outfit magically. Super, super cool. Also, I just love how she's like, oh, like people are holding me back. I'm like, girl, you literally want to kill puppies. Like,
yeah, that's
people
the
are
thing.
Holding you back from like, I don't know.
Are they going to do that? I think they're changing her backstory, if I'm being honest, guys.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys caught that too, or if I was the only one who was like, I really think Disney's going to stray away from that. What I got from the trailer was that she was a thief. I don't know if because they kept showing her breaking into banks and like hot wiring a car and like running away from the police. Like it seemed like she was some sort of thief who was like using the money to like fund her crazy fashion industry. Because you saw the fashion show that she was doing, and I was like, oh, what if they changed it to where like she's like a thief and that's why she's a bad guy? a criminal.
I feel like you can't hide from what it is. I think we're gonna get to that point. I don't think she started off.
You really think they're gonna go
puppy?
like it's gonna end with where she grabs the dogs and pulls them and starts choking them like that? What is it? Central Park Karen?
Nah, well, I don't think she's gonna choke the dogs. They don't show her choking dogs in the original one, do they?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, is it really gonna end with her putting a bunch of dogs in a van and being like, hey, like?
I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe
that's kind of dark.
Well, it might be something like, I mean, listen, Maleficent did it perfectly, right? Or not perfectly. It depends on how you interpreted it, but I thought they did it pretty well of like figuring out how to make the villain seem not like such a bad guy, like.
But it's different when you're killing dogs, bro.
I mean, she might not be.
It's really different.
She might be skinning them. She might be like. They might show.
That's the same thing.
No. She could just be getting the fur off of them, and then they could be still alive. They could just be furless animals.
Oh, they could also be like alluding to that maybe happening in the future and showing her doing smaller, pettier crimes at this time, and kind of getting us into the. It's almost like. I hate to mention this again, but it's almost like Joker. Obviously, when we see like 2019's Joker, we didn't even see him at all, basically until the way end, and we still barely even saw him in like full Joker mode. Yeah. So I think that's going to be a similar thing here, where we're getting a lot of her backstory in her life, and I don't know if they're necessarily going to show that kind of transition happening, but I feel like they might allude to that ending because like we know her as being this villain. You can't really shy away from the fact that this is who she is. Obviously, she's a much younger version. So maybe she doesn't get to that point yet, but it's obviously like with her being very into like fashion and all of that, that's how she gets to that point. So she might have some outlandish things. And I remember seeing like set photos forever ago of Emma Stone walking around with like a ton of Dalmatians and stuff like that. So they're going to allude to it. We got to get to that point. She's not just walking dogs like for fun, Yeah,
but I always feel like where there's a will, there's a way, and you can change it. Like, I really do feel like maybe it's just because this is, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to see people kill dogs.
Kill the dogs, man. Kill the dogs.
Why?
Hey, listen, man.
I know you're not an animal guy, but I am, bro.
Hitchcock killed the dogs and killed a dog in like one of his early movies in the 1930s and never did it again because he said the audiences were so mad they could never forgive him for killing a dog.
I still don't.
Take the chance, Disney. Kill the dog. And by
don't
the way,
kill the dog. You got a dog.
This could be their opportunity. This is their most like. I never really thought about it until you said, Sabrina, but. This is their Joker. Like they really could like make this into like their real like Joker origin story kind of thing. It could be dark. She can be choking the dogs. It could be seeing something, or they could just be getting their fur taken off, or she might just be breeding them. That's not as like graphic, but that is also like very abusive and disgusting. So that could be an option too.
Yes, going off of that, I think she's probably breeding them. She probably just keeps them in is holding them in a specific way that is just not the right conditions. And then she's just, taking off their fur. I think that's
awful. That sounds terrible.
That's not killing them. That's not killing them.
It's like a little grooming process.
I am strongly, I will stand by this. I will die on this grave that you cannot make a movie centered around a person who kills dogs or who breeds, whatever, who does anything to dogs. Like, there's no way that you can do this. I really do feel like it's so easy to change the origin of this. I'm telling you guys, all you have to do is literally make it seem like she's a thief, a criminal, she's stealing money, she's doing stuff that is like you said, RB3 and Maleficent, where it's like, yeah, it's bad, but it's bad towards worse people, not necessarily towards good people, where she's like, I don't know, stealing from, like, you guys saw the trailer, she looked like she was getting mad at this rich lady, maybe she's like stealing from her.
She's looking unhinged. She got her smeared makeup and all that. She's a woman scorned. Hear her roar. She's about to do some crazy.
Hear her roar by killing dogs?
Yeah, killing dogs, Disney. Kill the dogs. Kill the dogs.
Please don't. Stop saying that. I'm actually very strongly not behind that.
Hey, WandaVision has showed us what a protagonist, a woman protagonist could look like in distress and still make us get behind her and empathize with her. And I think this could be something that Gorilla absolutely has the opportunity to do.
What?
You're not empathizing with Wanda? You're not empathizing with Wanda? You're not on Wanda's side here?
Yeah. Are you on Wanda's side, torturing a bunch of people in the town?
She's not torturing them on purpose.
Is she?
You know what I mean? Like,
is she not? Did she not say she was?
Well, I mean, she's dealing with things, man. She lost her husband.
So she tortures people because she's dealing with things?
Yeah.
Psychologically torture them?
It's all about the theatrics. It's all about the theatrics. You got to go all out sometimes. She's hurt. Okay. Honestly, I'm hurt.
I'm going to kill innocent children by putting them inside this crazy bubble that puts them in internal torment.
No, 100%.
No, thank you.
I mean, do I agree with how she's handling things? No. But do I understand growing up in the way she did, losing her parents, basically being used as like a lab rat, losing her brother, losing the love of her life, literally having him come back to life and then killed again right in front of her eyes, like twice. That is enough to make somebody go crazy. I think this idea, obviously when we look into it a ton, you find those gaps where it's like very hard to be redeemed. And I feel like what we're going to see going forward in this show is something that is going to make somebody like you kind of look at Wanda in a different way a little bit. I think that there's more to it and that she's still kind of a victim. But overall, I do like the way that they're painting this portrait of grief. She has gone through so much in her life. It's like she has the capabilities of holding on to something and being able to live an entire life that she hasn't been able to. She'll never be able to be a housewife. She'll never be able to have children with vision, any of that. So if we were capable of changing our lives and bringing people back or making all these fake scenarios that we're not capable of attaining, all of us would do it. It sucks to say, but I feel like, yes, Andre.
Hold a town hostage and
if you killed
eternally torment them.
If you killed your person and then watch them get brought back to life and then murdered again in front of your eyes, like that's serious stuff. That's
no, I totally get it. I still wouldn't hold a town hostage.
She's a woman.
And put him under eternal torment.
Period.
Innocent people who literally have done nothing to her. That to me is pretty far. I'm totally not on Wanda's side. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I'm with it, man. I'm with it. I support.
Kill dogs. Go Wanda.
Yeah,
go Wanda. Torture kids, Wanda. Get it, girl.
I think
torture them innocent housewives.
No. It's subconscious. She's doing it subconsciously, and I think.
But that's my thing. Like I do a Wanda after show, and I've talked about this.
You do?
I do it with Snelling. Remember Snelling? Snelling?
Man, get the.
Yeah.
I still got.
He asked me, "What am I supposed to do?" Hey, find out after show. Join us. Here's another ad for the after show on Patreon coming up today, guys.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Join us for our after show.
Not Ryan Schnelling's smelly show.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I got beef with him.
I didn't even know. There you go.
Yeah. Tell him I got beef with him. Tell him I got beef.
Well, you can find out what it is on the after show on Patreon.
Yeah.
Find out what the beef is. Anyways, what I was saying was it's definitely one of those things where we don't know if she's doing it subconsciously yet because she's hinted at, yes, she is, and it's not her. And that we've hinted at, she actually is doing it, and she's actually actively tormenting these people. Once we get that answer, that's when I'll make up my mind about Wanda. But for now, like if that's what her idea of grieving is, just taking an entire town hostage and being like, hey, you guys get to join me in my pain because I feel like it, that's a little bit hard.
Nobody's perfect.
That's a little, I'm not about hostages and torture.
You loved Wonder Woman and looked what was happening with that. She wanted to keep her mans. Literally the entire world was up in flames, not even just a town. Stay consistent.
And he didn't even,
she went back on it.
And he didn't even give his consent. He didn't even give his consent. I'm just kidding. I was gonna say that shows online. I'm in that shows. I'm just here for a silly mood, man. I'm silly today, man. I'm looking forward to the after show today, after stream today. So
team not Wanda, team free people.
Team Wanda, and Team Vision. And team Monica too, because Monica is becoming one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah. Monica, Darcy, what's his name? Jimmy Woo.
Agent Woo. Yeah, Agent Woo's my guy.
Love these characters.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun. I love the show so far, and I'm curious what's going to happen next. I guess we'll find out tonight. Let's finish up with a quick talk about the Mortal Kombat trailer that we got today. Obviously, I grew up in this era of the 90s of the Mortal Kombat crazy martial arts video games that were all about it in the, I think it was early 90s, and I just played all the time. So I don't know how you guys are familiar with Mortal Kombat or not, but what'd you guys think of the trailer, RB3?
I'm be real with you. I really didn't watch all of it.
Why?
I only saw like the first.
It's 2 minutes.
I mean,
it's not a 2-hour movie, bro.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I saw like the first half of it. Because just being at work all day, I just didn't have a chance to watch it.
Still, bro, it's 2 minutes, man. Watch it right now.
Okay, I did. I watched. That's what I'm saying. I watched the first minute when we started talking about Gorilla because I had watched that one already. But then I hadn't. But then we started getting heated about Joker and all that, and I had to jump in. So y'all discuss. I'll be back.
Okay, Sabrina, as RB3 watches the trailer in front of us, what are your thoughts on the Mortal Kombat trailer?
I really enjoyed it. So full disclosure, I don't play any video games, but when I was growing up, the few things that I had like Fusion Frenzy. I played this one like roller skating game on the first Xbox because my dad had it. And then also like, I never know how to say it, Naruto. And then also Mortal Kombat. Those were like the 4 games that I played. Me and my cousins, we played Mortal Kombat like it was going out of style. Little kids love like violence and stuff that you're not supposed to be watching. So I was absolutely blown away by this freaking trailer. I thought it looked incredible. I thought some of the stuff that we're getting, like Sub-Zero literally freezing blood into an icicle and then stabbing the guy with it. Oh my God. Melina's one of my favorite characters. I thought she looked amazing. I really do hope that we see that entire smile of hers at some point. I know it's kind of hard to capture on film, not make it look super goofy. And then another example is like Anne Hathaway in that Witch movie. They didn't show like full grin, and then later on in the film we end up seeing it. So I hope it's kind of one of those situations where it's maybe saved, because I don't want to see everything, and they showed us a lot. They showed us a lot of possible deaths already if you're looking at it frame by frame. But I'm taking this with a grain of salt. I love this trailer, and I think I'm gonna really enjoy the film just in terms of the entire like spectacle aspect of it. All that they're doing with this violence, I'm 100% here for. So I just hope to. I don't know where Katana is. I don't know why they don't have Katana in this film.
Yeah, I'm curious what's happening with that. I'm assuming they're going to think about making sequels and stuff, because obviously the main character is someone we don't know too much, considering it's not Liu Kang. I am a sucker for these movies. I love martial arts. I love ridiculous, insane martial arts. RB3 and I have been watching Gangs of London, and that show's insane. And I love that he's watching this trailer in front of us right now. But I love it. I think Sub-Zero looks insane. He looks so cool. And obviously we have Scorpion and all these people who are both actors and martial artists. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, this is crazy, man. I knew it was going to be violent as soon as that red band thing came up. I didn't know it was going to be like that. Good googly moogly. That's what I'm talking about. That's some R-rated stuff right moogly, there. Bro. That's what I'm talking about.
Yo, Jax, bro. Why you got to lose your arms like that?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that was.
Nah, I like that. I like it. I like where this is going. It could be really, really good or really, really terrible. That's what Destiny said too. She's watching the trailer over my shoulder. It could be really, really good or really, really, really terrible. I'm leaning towards the side of good. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of this did, and I've been talking to Ace about this. I've been binging Legend of Korra lately, and the first place my mind went to, this looks like some really dope ways to do some live action bending, because I remember when the first Avatar movie came out and it just looked terrible, like the CGI looked bad and all that, but the CGI actually looked actually believable. The fire looked good, the ice morphing and all that looked dope. So yeah, I really liked that. I was a big fan.
Yeah, imagine Legend of Korra Red Band trailer with rated R. Imagine with blood bending. Yeah. Blood bending, like pulling the blood out of people, like.
That ain't right. Man, not for Legend of Korra. No.
That'd be amazing, bro. I'd love that. I would love that. It's the idea of like making an anime where if you make Legend of Korra like a gory anime, There's a ton of gory anime out there, so there's plenty. But the idea of bending is so cool. Yeah, I love it, man. I think it'd be really cool to see this movie. I'm hoping my favorites don't die. I'm hoping a lot of people don't die, but obviously this is Mortal Kombat, so they probably will. Is there anyone that you're excited to see in the movie? A character, RB3?
I don't really know.
Based off what you just saw?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know Mortal Kombat that much, huh?
I do. Yeah. I mean, I know some. You know what I mean, but not enough to be naming favorite characters and whatnot. So it's a little bit outside of my.
Do you name any character? Any?
Nah. You know.
You can't name any character.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
How about you, Sabrina?
Yeah, well, it's great to see, obviously, like Sonya and Melina. But I did really want to see Katana. I know that they're probably going to make a lot more films going forward. I just hope, obviously, with the entire video game aspect, they're not like, planning things ahead too much. You still got to work with what you have. And I feel like Katana is one of those really important characters that I would have liked to see in this film. I hope they handle all the beloved characters really well in this one. That's the biggest thing. As long as they make a good foundation, they keep going forward with this, I'm here for it because visuals look incredible. The CGI looks great. I genuinely, I'm here for this like gore fest. Like, I know it sounds so morbid to say, but I think it looks incredible.
I think Sonya too. I like Sonya too. I like Sonya.
Yeah. That shot of Melina though, with like when she's licking the knife.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah. Gotta make out with Melina. How much would they have to pay you, man? To make out with her?
Not much.
$2.
Not much. Yeah, not much at all.
She'll bite your face off. Bite your face off. I mean.
Hey, get out of it, man. Bite my face. Why not?
Yeah, why not, bro? Tonight's the night that I'm cool with it. Yeah, I agree with some people in the chat being like, yeah, Tekken would be kind of cool to see that in the movie too. Tekken is what I grew up with the most. I played Tekken religiously. One of my favorite games of all time.
Right.
I talked about it a little bit on Sabak the Block. But Mortal Kombat's fun. It's cool. I think it obviously has gone a little too saucy with it in the games. I know a lot of people might. Have you played the new games?
Oh, like very like hypersexualized.
No.
Talking about that.
Mortal Kombat, the games.
Yeah. Like the way they've been dressing Melina in the past few games has been so. Oh, I was saying like saucy in that way. It's just a little bit gross at that point. I even saw tweets of people like responses to the trailer saying like she's the sex symbol. I'm like, bro, that's not what this film is about.
No.
And Danielle in the chat talking about like Johnny Cage, like like him. Katana, obviously we'll probably see them in the future. We have to. But overall, I was really enjoying a lot of what I saw, and Melina is that bitch. I love her. There
you go. Watch her die in this movie.
Now, between, you gotta choose one: Snyder Cut or Mortal Kombat. What are you picking?
Mortal Kombat. Easily.
I'll pick Snyder Cut.
Snyder Cut. Yeah, I got to pick Snyder Cut for this too personally. Yeah, me and Ace have been looking forward to this for a while, years. Man. Yeah.
Did you guys watch the 95? I think it's 95 Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I loved that one when I was a kid, and that's a bad movie. Yeah. So if this one's better than that, then we're all good.
Oh, for sure. Well, that was a different era of bad. That's when you could be bad but still like really, really watchable. Like I feel like that movie is only like a step below Independence Day for me, like in terms of quality, That people. I
think it's a couple steps below. It's like a good 100 steps below.
Yeah, I was gonna say Independence Day. It's definitely like a whole set of stairs below Independence Day. I don't know about all that.
I'm just tripping. That's a bad.
You imagine if I kept thinking about this RB3 because I'm watching Gangs of London, obviously. And I'm on episode 8, I think, or 7? 7 or 8.
Yeah, you're getting close to the end.
Yeah, I'm getting close, man. Mm-hmm. I love the idea of Sean and Elliot being cool now.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You took a bullet for me, bruv. And I'm like, oh. Anyways, you imagine if Gareth Evans or if James Wan, because I heard James Wan is a producer on this movie, on Mortal Kombat.
Oh, really? Ooh.
Yeah, I was like, dude, why didn't he direct it? Wouldn't that be so cool? A James Wan directed Mortal Kombat, like the kind of stuff. Because James Wan is known for playing with the camera. Mm-hmm. Like if you've seen the Conjuring movies, And if you've seen Aquaman too, like he plays with it, bro. Like he always keeps that thing moving, like it's going under, up, around, to the side, sweeping.
Yeah.
Like to see a James Wan directed Mortal Kombat or a Gareth Evans directed Mortal Kombat.
Gareth Evans wants to be crazy. Yeah.
With the camera just swinging around and freaking gore everywhere and just it'd be so cool, man. But obviously, let's give this guy a shot.
A Gareth Evans one would be like a dream come true, but I think that would also be tough because I think, you know, partially I think they probably, like Sabrina said, they probably are going to try and set up for like some sort of franchise thing or whatever.
I think they are.
And yeah, it's going to be tough, you know, especially with like guys as big as like a Gareth Edwards or James Wan. They kind of, I'm sure, will want some sort of like creative autonomy, all that kind of stuff. And I don't think that's just the case here. But I do got to say though, HBO Max, I mean, oh my gosh, between
Godzilla, King Kong,
Snyder Cut,
Mortal Kombat. These are big franchise movies
Tom and
that
Jerry
are all going to be watched on my phone.
I'm gonna watch. I just got a new.
Watch it on my phone as I drive.
I just got a new 4K TV on the.
Oh, there you go, man.
For the living room.
You gotta have us over, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can invite us, bro.
Yeah, come to Compton. We got.
Yeah, bro, come to Compton.
Yeah, man.
We're having a movie night.
Yeah. Put some ribs on the grill for y'all, and we could do it right.
Hell yeah, I would love that, man. For real. Obviously, when I get better, for anyone who's just joined us, I'm not that great right now. But for anyone who's just joined us, we are officially jumping over to Patreon. This stream is gonna keep going. We're gonna be talking about movies. We're gonna be talking about anything you guys want to talk about on Patreon right now. So if you want to keep this conversation going, this is my little tease towards you guys. Join us on our Patreon tier. It's our sound editor tier. Join us over there on Patreon right now. We're gonna be going live. Either way, guys,
$20 plus.
There you go. RB3, where can anyone find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Director RB3. And like I say, you can find me on the next stream over spilling some tea. So if you want to get some behind the scenes stories of all the tea from any job I've ever worked, including like BET, you know, I got some stories about DJ Khaled. Trust me. Stay tuned. $20 plus. Stay there with it.
Sabrina.
You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SabrinaXMonica, and then also on Twitter at SabrinaOnFilm. I don't have any stories about DJ Khaled, but I do have one about Macklemore.
Ooh, yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Macklemore, Machine Gun Kelly, same thing.
Not same thing. Machine Gun Kelly, Macklemore.
Machine Gun Kelly, Macklemore. Either way, guys, I'm at Squad Leader Ace. You can find me talking Attack on Titan this Sunday. More Talk on Titan. And obviously find me on the Patreon talking about whatever you guys want. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys join us right now. Go to the Patreon. First Cut Patreon. It should be in the description down below. So go there. Check us out. Either way, guys, for the First Cut crew, we're peacing out.
Peace.
You do the math, take you out the equation. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. With the 4/5 divide you in half. You getting at me equals a bloodbath. Only one can remain. It's either me or you. Only one can remain. It's either me or you. Only one can remain. It's either me or you.